All right, let's get right into it. It's always hard to start a podcast episode, but if you know who I am, you might not know who he is. This is my friend, David Williams.
Hello. Yeah, you got me sitting like Larry King right now, man. I can't put my back on the chair, or I'm gonna burn it a little bit.
Sorry, my man. I'm sorry.
I'll make it through.
Yeah, David is my longtime friend. We grew up playing music together, but also playing basketball together more and more as every year went on.
Right, like when we met, I had already taken some time off playing, but I played comp coming up, and then by the time I met Miles, we'd already been playing music, so I kind of put it aside, but especially a few years in, we started picking it back up again. And yeah, it's definitely something we talk about a lot.
Yeah.
A lot of good discussions.
Yeah, so David follows the league, like
Every team.
plays well himself, a layup finisher, defender, long-range shooter kind of guy. So we're going to have David on the podcast to help deliver some quality takes. And, of course, this is the 10,000 Bricks podcast, coming to you today, not from Austin, Texas, but from Sacramento, California. So let's get right into it. We've just seen Game 3 of the NBA Finals. Neither of us got a chance to watch Game 3 live, but we were able to watch the first two games. Let's start here. After watching Game 1, who did you think had the better chance to win the series?
Up until after Game 3, every point I've thought the Warriors, until now. Which, of course, it's been up in the air. This is one of the series I felt less secure about predicting, honestly. If that makes any sense.
Yep.
I don't know, what about you? Because that's just my quick take on it.
After watching Game 1,
And you told me Boston,
yeah,
right?
I would predict Boston wins the series. I wouldn't have predicted that before Game 1. After Game 1, I'm very scared for the Warriors, honestly.
The defense is abysmal right now. And in the end, they're looking less productive than the past years, which of course is kind of the way that they usually put people to shame. So, I don't know. I'm not thinking they're cooked, but I heard a good point today where it was like they're hoping Boston beats themselves, and I don't think that's wrong. So, they can win, but if Boston makes enough mistakes, I think that's the way. Does that make sense?
Yeah, I haven't seen Boston make mistakes
Game 2
in a long time. Game 2 was crazy.
You see what I'm saying? Like,
right.
So, yeah, if they don't play the way that they should /
Right.
could, the Warriors win. But that's the thing. I don't think the Warriors are forcing that to happen. I think they're just counting on it to happen.
Right.
I'm not saying that's their mentality, but that's how they win.
Yeah. Game 2 was incredibly strange. Like,
All I can see is the pool party. We are next to a pool, but
Yeah.
no, you know what I'm talking about. The shot.
the shot and then the shot.
I left my
The
room
shot and then.
when that shot went in. I saw him put it up, and I said, he's
Yeah.
not going to make that.
Oh.
He wets it.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, you've seen me react to those ones before, and it's a siren's call. Oh my god. Yeah, no, that got me feeling some kind of way emotionally, for sure.
Yeah. So that was like, I would describe that game as what the team that gets it going creates such an emotional kind of presence. It just like Boston didn't play hard once Golden State was like emotionally present the way that they are when they're their best. But it was like I still didn't expect the Celtics to play as physically soft and lacking urgent like they did.
Well, when they're that big and they have the bigness on Golden State, that makes sense. You're surprised by that.
Yes.
It's a big advantage.
Like,
weird way to say it, but
if they come out and play the way they played in Game 3, from at least what I saw, they're too big, they're too agile, too strong, too fast. Like
another good player today was like Andrew Wiggins is the guy who can physically compete with them. He won't, but like,
right.
And that's not because he can't, it's because that's just not his style and or what he wants what he's doing. But yeah, you look at the rest of the roster, Nemanja, I mean, of course we love Draymond, but he's still a small forward.
Yeah.
It's been proved, at least for this year, his rebounding is not happening. And people are not scared of him at the rim. They don't have a rim protection, and also they just don't have the physical size. Jordan Poole is terrible on defense.
Yeah.
They're not playing Kuminga, so I don't know, what do they have on defense if they're not old, Iggy, or small? You see what I mean? They're cooked, man, on defense.
Wiggins.
That's a bad person to rely on.
Wiggins becomes the defense. Like, if he can stop the primary person, it can work.
That's one person.
But
and then you look at how switchable all of Boston is. You see what I mean? So that's a big difference between, we have a team of guys that all individually can give you trouble, whether it's Grant Williams or freaking Mark Smart. And on the other side, you have Andrew Wiggins. I don't know.
Right.
There's no more that needs to be said.
Right.
There. Yeah. It's like, you're done. You're done.
This is the first time that we understand how old the Warriors are. We understand that Steph Curry is 34. We understand Draymond's probably like 32. Klay is probably 32, right?
Something like that. Yeah, I don't know the numbers. I know Steph's number.
Iguodala's 37? What are we talking about here?
Ancient.
So...
And my big thing, man, and tell me if you have an answer to this, they never replaced Bogut. They replaced him with Zaza, which was like a stopgap, and then they never even replaced Zaza. I think that's the issue, if I'm being real. Yes, it unspaces your floor, but they need boards. They need a body.
Yeah.
They need defense.
I mean, the thing that hurts...
They need an Andrew Bogut. A new one out. Because Andrew Bogut's like, 40 now or something? Yeah. Like, of course not Andrew Bogut, but...
The thing that hurts is they have that in
Wiseman?
In Wiseman.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. So it's not like they weren't trying to plan to have that. Yes.
They spent, a very high draft pick on him?
Yeah.
Right?
And he deserved it.
High?
I mean, he's good. He's solid. Second, I think he's second or third.
He was high. Yeah.
What I've seen from him, I've liked. But yeah, that's the thing. He's been out for half the year, I think, something like that. Because I forgot he was there.
And then he's missed multiple years, so...
Wow, okay. Maybe he'll do a Robert Williams thing.
Yeah.
We'll hope.
3 inches taller.
Yes.
Big. Athletic.
So where do you see the series going? Because I, of course, have to have faith in my pick and think the Warriors are going to figure this shit out. But I don't know. That's, of course, a guess. I'm so trying to avoid the sun right now, bro. I'm going deeper into Larry King mode.
Me too.
Yeah, you're starting to join me here.
It's too hot. The Warriors are going to win the next game. They are. They will.
I don't know.
They will.
I don't know, man.
Because if they don't...
I saw people still saying the Warriors are going to win this in 6 games. I'm like, they're not winning 3 games in a row. Like,
what? No.
You just don't know. You just don't know what you're watching at that point. They're having trouble.
Yeah. So here's a hot question for you. Who's the player that's the most important to the Celtics offense? Is it Jaylen or is it Jayson?
It's Jayson Tatum.
Okay.
Yeah. Jaylen Brown, if he's hot, great. But again, I mean, I like the player. I love his defense, for sure. I don't like the way he drives. I think it's not as effective as it could be. I'm not saying that because I think he's bad. I'm saying that because he has his head down and he's so fast and jumpy that if he can open up and lead less with that shoulder, I think it just makes him less predictable. But, of course, it's easy to say that while I'm just sitting here like a normal person. You know what I mean? But, no, I mean, he's inconsistent. So, yeah, you have to talk about... people are always like, who's the most important? And if you want to talk about, like, at the end of the game or a certain situation or on a certain facet, it can be a few guys. But if we're just talking in general, it's just Tatum. I can't see another way around that.
Okay. I've been seeing some takes that people are saying that Jaylen is going to overtake him just
No.
I don't know how
He doesn't have the bag.
No.
I'm talking about the package, and he doesn't have the passing game. Yeah, and to me, it's clear. And also, I put it this way too, just to even kind of put aside who I just think is better, and or what we see in the numbers is like, if Jaylen does bad, the Celtics win games. It's not necessarily easy. They can win games. Let's say he's not there, or he does bad. Jayson Tatum does bad, or he's not there. They lose games.
They almost always do.
So I know it feels like I'm putting Jaylen down, but no, I'm more just trying to show that one is clearly really, really important. Though it seems like everything the team's doing. I mean, honestly, I think Marcus Smart is more important than Jaylen Brown for the defense and for taking the ball up and for what he does for just the team's energy. Yeah, guaranteed.
Yeah. Let's see. What's this? It's my sister. All right, so we're gonna wrap this up shortly.
Okay. Boston team's a unit, man.
Yeah.
Jayson Tatum leads it, but it's like after that, I'm like everyone's important. Derek White's important. Al Horford's important. Both the Williams boys. Peyton Pritchard's important. Y'all, Peyton Pritchard is important. Please.
Tiny man can ball. That's what 4 years of scoring 30 points in college gets you.
Real.
Yeah.
Oh, man. But so I still hope the Golden State wins, but Boston is looking strong, man. Sorry.
Other than saying that everybody on Golden State needs to step up, what do you think are the keys?
Klay Thompson, Draymond Green. Yeah, I mean, I know it sounds too simple. If Klay makes some shots, if Draymond gets boards and shows up on defense, I'm not saying causes a bunch of trouble. I'm not saying gets a bunch of blocks. I'm saying just does what he does.
Right.
That gets them enough turnovers and momentum, especially with Klay making shots. But we need Steph to not get injured.
Is he? I hope
very
he's
well
not.
could be at least a little injured after the last game. He was looking hurt during and after the last game. But also just think about how much he's been doing and how we're at the end of the playoffs. And I have to worry about him for sure. So, I'd look at the two guys. Poole we know is trying. And we've seen him getting it.
And
what do you feel like
short moments
as far as who needs to come up? Because he's so young. I'm like, we got to give the man time. He's trying.
Strategically,
not everyone's Luka.
Yeah. Like, Draymond's so good. He looks good on defense when he's roaming and not having to be a primary defender. When he's the extra, when he's helping, when he's covering up a space.
Oh, he's great.
But I think because they have Jayson and Jaylen, there's too many positions where he has to be a primary defender.
Yes.
And so then the Warriors get exposed.
Right.
So I don't know if they could hide him away. I don't really think they should actually play in zone. I don't really like them playing zone.
When it works really well for them. It counts
Yeah.
on the missing shots, which is what zones typically do.
Right.
And that's the thing. It's they're playing a gambling game, and I don't think they're making the right bets. Is probably what you're saying. Because they keep leaving the same dudes who can shoot open.
Yeah.
I mean, but that's also the thing, though. Who on that team can't make that shot? Al Horford can make that shot. Marcus Smart can make that shot. Peyton Pritchard can make that shot. They all can make that shot.
Yeah.
Grant Williams can make that shot. So, I don't know. They're screwed if they don't. Because also they get blown the hell by. What scheme should they play? You see what I mean? They go to man, blow by. They go to zone, shots.
Yeah.
They're cooked on defense.
They're cooked.
At least right now, man. I know you're trying to wrap it up. I'm sorry. I don't mean to wrap.
Jordan Poole. Don't think shoot threes. Think attack. Jordan Poole.
He's so successful.
Be a driver. So
successful.
He got blocked like 3 times right at the rim when he's going for his little tiny I'm avoiding you layups. Right. I'm quick laying. He'll get those back.
Oh, for sure.
Keep going for it.
Or just a pump or a reverse.
Drive.
Do a fun little reverse last night.
Jordan Poole drive. I don't know. Maybe Klay should just be thinking about defending like crazy hard. Like
if
Klay just thinks
don't
defend.
Worry about the shots?
Yeah, if Klay just thinks defend, if he's capable of stopping people, the way he could.
I'm not saying
Maybe.
don't think about the defense, but if you're telling Klay Thompson not to shoot, I'm like, no, you need to. No, don't talk to me. That man needs to shoot. He needs to shoot. That is his job. He needs to shoot. If he's not, then who the fuck should?
He needs to, but
he has to take good shots.
Good shots.
He has to use his form.
He wasn't using his form in game 2.
He stopped doing this shit with his legs. He said, I'm like, bro, you look like Deion Waiters. Like, what are you doing? So I don't know. He's got to shoot, but no, I hear you. It's a great finals. It's been a great playoffs. I think it's been the best in the last 10 years.
I agree. So my thought is, I mean, Golden State, the narrative has been really nice for the tabloid media to say, oh, Warriors get this ring. Oh, now Steph's top 10. Oh, now he's better than, and they're going to get a 5th
point guard of all time.
They're going to get a 5th ring. It's like, but what if they don't get this ring?
They get a ring without KD.
Is this going to demote? Is this going to demote him? They're going to say, now KD's going to look better. But the thing is,
even though he just got swept, my man just got swept out of the playoffs. Sorry.
But I'm worried about the Warriors franchise if they don't win this year. I don't know. They're not going to make it back. I don't know how they make it back, bro. These men are too old.
You say that, but then you forget Wiseman's out, and they have Moody and Kuminga coming up. They can make some moves. If they lose this year, Iggy retires.
Yeah.
You think people aren't still going to want to be a part of this project? With Steph playing the way he is? I don't know. I can foresee especially role people wanting to be a big part of this. Shooters, defenders, especially, let's get a Bogut replacement. Not saying someone to be Wiseman instead, but saying let's get let's get Robin Lopez. Let's fucking get Bobby. Let's get someone who's like not that expensive, but is a body and a presence.
Dude,
you see what I'm saying?
If they could get Brooke Lopez,
I know that's why I didn't say
imagine.
Brooke. Okay, that's why they're not getting Splash Mountain, all right? You might get mini Splash Mountain. You might get the T Dunker.
Ooh,
but you are not getting Splash Mountain. Sorry,
I was gonna say Vucevic, but obviously they can't afford him. They can't get him.
Monster. That's a monster. Maybe like oh my god. Yeah, no, they're not getting Jared Allen. They can get JaVale back. See what I'm saying? Like, there's options out there for them. And some of these options can shoot. Even if just this much. So, future's bright, man. Especially if they lose. To me.
Okay. If
they win, I think we're seeing a very similar team come back the next year. I think Iggy stays another year.
Yeah.
Which I don't mind Iggy staying. I think we need to very strongly consider making him the official Udonis Haslem of the Golden State Warriors at this point. Because he can be there as a player, but I don't think he should play in high gravity moments anymore. He's just too slow. Yeah.
It's sad. He doesn't move the way he used to move.
Even like a year or two ago.
Yeah. And I mean, that's a cool point. I'm sure a lot of you guys who watch closely see the Warriors have Leandro Barbosa on the staff. They have Sean Livingston on the staff.
I saw Sean.
Every game.
I didn't see Leandro. Wow.
He's there every game.
So the 2015 boys are there.
The heart and soul's there.
We don't got Mo Buckets, though. That's my boy, Mr. Mo Warts out here. Man, that dude is a bucket. Man, those teams were fun. Damian Lee.
Probably for both of us, those teams are probably what kept us around and caring about not only watching but also playing basketball. I would say I don't think we would have cared as much if not for that.
I think I would have. I don't know if I would have liked So actually for me it was kind of the opposite thing where I only cared about Golden State early on because of Joe Ryan. Great time. Where she was like, yo, Steph's different. This vocalist, whoever was telling me Steph's different. And I'm like, he's all right. And she's like, nah, bro, Steph's different. And I was watching, I'm like, yeah, he's a little different. And then lo and behold, he goes on to win the 2 MVPs and all that. So, I kind of got let in on the secret early, I feel like. Just because I was like, maybe we're onto something here. And they were. And it's because that whole organization was building, man. And then I don't think they ever stop. That's why, especially if they lose this year, they're going to just load up harder than they would have ever. They're going to make some moves that are hard to make. Joe Lacob is a monster. You don't build this team with drafts on accident. They don't even let you pay as much money to these people unless you draft them, which he did. Like a damn boss, for real.
For real.
I can't think of another team that's ever done something like this, honestly. Willing to spend the money and has the people to do it. It's cool.
Yeah. Are you talking about Jill like in the 2011, 2012 time range, or are you talking 2013?
Yeah, I'm talking 2011, 2013.
Okay.
So I was let in like baby Steph era.
Yeah.
She was like, yo, he's going to be amazing.
Yeah.
And I was like, he can shoot, and I was also like, he's going to break a femur playing.
Yeah.
I mean, he was built like me coming in the league. And then, he got some meat. He apparently did some conditioning to strengthen those ankles. And now the whole NBA is different because of that motherfucker. So, I definitely love that I got to look at him earlier than I ever would have, for sure.
Yeah.
At least as far as considering how important he could be.
I started watching Steph in 2013 because I was in Boulder for college.
Was that the last Mark Jackson year? Or is that?
The last Mark Jackson year might have been 2014.
Okay, because I didn't know if that was...
Kerr might have been 2015.
Right.
I think that was their first championship in Kerr's first year. I think that's how
you're
it worked.
right. Yeah.
So, 2013, that's when Steph got to play pick and roll freely, shoot. That might have been the first year he set a 3-point record for the season, or the next.
It
probably was already starting.
So who knows? It might have been even 100 and something. You know what I mean?
But I started following the Warriors out of anger because the Nuggets were really fun in 2013. They had Iguodala. They had Corey...
Joseph?
No. Brewer.
You tell me you're excited about Corey Brewer?
The team, they had Kenneth Faried. Who else did they have? It was Lobs. It was Lob City before Lob City.
For sure.
The Denver Nuggets were the lob-catching, dunking, and transition team. They were so fun. They had over 50 wins that year. Second or third seed. Yeah, and the Warriors took them out from the 6th seed or something. And it was because of Steph.
I can remember highlights, but I definitely didn't watch that series.
Yeah.
When I'm thinking back, because I'm I don't remember those games.
And so, for me watching that whole series and being excuse me? This man is really good.
Yeah.
And then everything happened.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, there's that famous clip of they literally doubled him for that whole game in the tournament. Remember that? When he was back at Davidson? They literally just had two dudes just camped. They were like, no, your team, if you're going to win, it won't be you, motherfucker. Please. From 15 years ago to now, people always known. It's a matter of how much, how far they thought it would go. Because I think a lot of us thought it wasn't sustainable. That was my thing. I didn't think it was going to work, especially in the finals or in the playoffs or over years, just law averages, but prove me wrong.
Right.
If you get good enough at shooting it doesn't matter. The confidence. And the system.
And the crazy thing about that is sometimes you have to see it to believe it, but sometimes when you see it in somebody else, you believe it's possible for yourself.
That's
and so now, kids, college players, little kids, there's
Jordan
people who
Poole.
shoot like crazy in this world now.
Jordan Poole.
Even just playing pickup. Everybody can shoot now. I like basketball better this way.
It's a lot of fun, for sure. You mentioned pickup, and I absolutely hate how everyone thinks they can shoot now, or tries to. But that's my qualm with this era, for sure. You got to work on the skill if you want to have the skill. You don't just start pulling them, man. Especially
analytics
team, man. Come on,
pick up analytics, baby.
Oh man, no, people are funny. All right, are we calling it or what we got?
Yeah, let's wrap it right there.
Cool.
Thanks for dropping in for another episode of 10,000 Bricks. You're going to be seeing more of David Williams. Have fun. Have a good day. Bye.